Lots of people ask me, what's the best weight loss or exercise plan for them? Or what do I think about this plan or that plan or this program or this idea? And although I'm happy to share what works for me, I actually think that question misses the point. The best plan is the plan that you can sustain for life. It's the one that teaches you and helps you learn how to have anything you have in a healthy balance. Of course, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you hit the subscribe button to get notified of every new video when it comes up. And if you're watching on my video blog, make sure you subscribe so that you get notified of every new video and you get my hints and tips in between. So let's come back to this idea about what's it all about? Like, why bother choosing a plan? Well, if you want to make changes in your life, you want to lose weight, for instance, then know that any plan you choose is simply a guide. It's there to help you reveal the habits in your thinking and in your behaviors and offering you alternative viewpoints and alternative actions to try out. Any plan should lead you to ask the questions. Are you getting healthy variety? Are you getting the nutrition your body needs? Are you listening to your hunger signals? Are you choosing healthy choices in healthy proportions? Are you having joy and pleasure in your food with that healthy balance? Are you finding the freedom and the flexibility that works for you? If it's not getting those things, that's what you have to look for. As you start to try out a plan, you're going to have some wonderful opportunities to observe your habits, to observe your thinking and your preferences in action. Undertaking a challenge like a fitness challenge, healthy choices. Many of you have been trying out October, for instance, no alcohol for October, things like that. Anytime we make a change, it's going to reveal things about ourselves. And the key thing to look out for is not the thing that most people always ask, is this working for me? Do I like it? Yeah, those are important, but that's not the main point. It's really an opportunity to pay deeper attention, to delve into what's really going on and notice what the plan is revealing to you. So when you're considering your options about what plan to follow or what you might like to do differently, even if it's one you're making yourself, we sometimes call that a protocol, if you're just making your own protocol, what scares you about that? What are you dreading or seeking to avoid? I have so many people come to me and go, I know I'm going to start, so I just had the Last Supper, if you will. I had all the foods I really love. I had big portions. I had all of the things before I got started because I'm starting tomorrow. These sorts of things. And it's such a terrible idea in the end. But what does it teach us? Well, it teaches you that you're worried about deprivation, about being denial, that you've got an idea in your head, and it's this diet mentality that's propagated out there all over the place, that you have to go without in order to succeed. You have to not have the things you like. And it's just a lie, because if that's your thinking, you're never going to want to sustain that. You're never going to want to sustain that for the rest of your life. So notice that. Notice. So the question becomes not, can I have it? How do I have it? How do I get it in a healthy balance? How do I have the foods I love, that I enjoy? How do I not feel like I'm missing out? Coming back to the plan, what excites you about that plan? What are you looking forward to? It always feels so good to be taking action on our own behalf, right? To finally decide, actually, I'm doing something about it. And that's why we always so often have those early wins. We have that enthusiasm. We have that motivation in the early stages. We're determined to do something and we're actually doing something about it. Well, notice that. Notice how good it feels to act on your own behalf, to have your own back, to choose something for you. Just make sure then that you actually then like what it's saying, right? When you answer these questions, what scares you? What excites you? What do they tell you about yourself? Do you like what it's saying? Why? Why not? Do you like your reasons for creating change? So often we want to create change because we have to, or some external event. We want to look at the wedding, go on that holiday, be fit for that anniversary, for our health, for the kids, for other things. We have to find our internal reason. We have to find our compelling reason. Why does it matter for us? Do we like that reason? Again, if we don't like it, it's unlikely to be sustainable. So that's all in anticipation. Of course, as you start to try out whatever plan you choose, whether even if it's your own protocol, what choices do you change? Do you feel like those changes are sustainable for you? Try them out for a week or 2 or a month. Do they feel good in your body? And again, do you like your reasons for making those choices? Is it because you have to? Or is it because you want to? Why do you want to? Because you care for yourself enough to give yourself the best, to move yourself forward, to actually look after you? Or because you're hating how you look and how you feel? Can you come from love? Okay, so really pay attention to what it's telling you. In the end, I actually believe, sometimes this is controversial, I actually believe the plan is largely irrelevant. Whatever you choose, most people know that obtaining a healthy weight, for instance, is about eating healthily and moving more. I'll suggest that long-term success is actually achieved through developing sustainable, healthy, everyday habits. Now, perhaps that will take accruing many, many small incremental changes to get you there, if you're a long way from healthy everyday habits. And notice that I said everyday habits. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas or if it's your birthday or if you're on holidays or you're busy or it's the weekend or it's Tuesday. Everyday healthy habits. Yes, we can have indulgences. Yes, we can have celebrations. But again, we want to learn how to have them in a healthy balance. So you may have to make lots of little changes. You might have many habits that you've developed over time, perhaps unconsciously, that aren't helping. Or maybe just a few. Have you noticed what they are? Have you made a list of the habits you actually want to change? The healthy habits you want to train in, the unhealthy habits you want to transform. Have you written them down? And if so, which one will you start with? So often we try and embark on this journey, we try and do everything at once. And that rarely works for long. Sometimes you can get some quick wins in the first couple of days. For me, it was like 3 weeks, maybe 3 days, sometimes 3 hours before I was off track. Right? So small change, I recommend, is always much better and more effective than big change. It requires less willpower. So make that list of habits or start a program and discover them. Once you have that, how will you identify what changes work for you and what don't? I'll give you a hint here. The answer is almost never what happens on the scales. There's lots of processes going on that determine what happens on the scales. And in the end, we need to divest our mood, our attention, our sense of success from the number. Remember, we're looking to create healthy, everyday, sustainable habits. Does it feel good for us? Can we do it for the long term? Is it sustainable? So, what are the habits you need to change? Have you made a list of them? Where are you starting? How will you measure your success? And what will you do next? Now, if you're a little bit confused or overwhelmed by all of that, if it feels too hard, This is where getting the right support can really make a huge difference. Having someone who can help identify those changes and help you take step by step through the process of change can help you both get there faster and make the changes permanent, can really make them sustainable. And of course, I'd love to help you do that. I know that doing it for myself transformed everything in my life. Of course, if you choose me to support you, and I'd love to help you if you want to, then of course you get someone who's been there, who lives this transformation every single day, and who's helped thousands of others create new, healthier habits in their life. Just so you know, I have some opportunities coming up to work with me closer. I'll be reopening my Stop Sabotaging Your Weight Loss course for one more time in 2019. At the time of this recording, it'll open up in the first week of November 2019, because I want to give you the opportunity to get those sabotaging habits under control before you go into the end of year celebration season. Just imagine what that would be like if you're going to go into the Christmas celebrations, into the holiday celebrations, into the end of the year and New Year celebrations, having actually sorted out. What if you could go through that entire period without undermining your weight, your health, your well-being? What if you could do that without sabotaging? Anyway, that opportunity is coming up very soon. And of course, if you prefer to work one-on-one with me, then email me or message me on Messenger. My email address is brian@livemorelife.com.au. And get in touch. Let's set up an exploratory coaching session. We'll set up a time for that so that we can experience my coaching and see if we're a good fit. And of course, whether you choose me to help you or not, you do it yourself, you get another coach, you join a program, you join a group fitness class, whatever it is for you, remember that when you engage with whatever program you've chosen, you'll get the opportunity to either reinforce or challenge the perceptions you have about yourself. If you pay attention, your habits that are helping and the ones that aren't will be revealed. And then you get to choose. You get to continue with the habits that have brought you to your current life, or you get to change those habits and evolve into the person you want to become. That's the wonderful thing about being human. We get to choose to create the future we desire. So pay attention to whatever your plans, your protocol, your own choices are telling you. Get the support you need and move forward to where you want to be. I'd love to help you if you're interested. If so, reach out. Otherwise, go and do it. Make the life you want.